Hey!
Hi!
Welcome, everybody.
We're alive.
Eric and Julie here with FryMinis. And we're doing some unboxing stuff, but I noticed in the chat, Helping Hand 23, you said you graduated college. It's been busy a couple months for you. Congratulations. It's very exciting.
Very. Congrats.
Yeah. I hope you have the student loans under control.
Good luck to you. And I hope the job market isn't terrible.
Yeah. We'll see.
Or the grad school is exciting for you. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Congrats. That's really thrilling.
Cool.
Hi, DB.
Hey, DB.
When I saw that there were two people waiting, I was like, I hope it's Jameson and DB. Helping Hand is there as well, which I appreciate. But yeah.
Quick question. We're using... So, you know, we normally use this mic, but sometimes that can be a challenge for the two of us. So we're using this old one. Tell me, how do we sound? Do we sound okay? It should be okay. Not as good as the other one. There's a reason we upgraded, right? But Jerry Murphy.
Hi, Jerry.
Welcome aboard. All right. So let me know how we're doing with that sound check. Sounds good. Okay, cool. Thank you. We've got two. You sound okay. Okay, just okay. Helping Hand, keeping it real. Well, remember, you're closer to the mic.
I know, I'm doing my best. It was an uncontrollable laugh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me dial this down just a little bit so we're not redlining.
I'm loud.
Nikki Golden. I actually went
Nikki.
mini shopping earlier and this notification popped up. Kismet. Perfect. Thank you. Did I say that right?
I don't know how to say it, but I know what you mean.
Okay, so these are from Witchlight, so these aren't brand new. These are starter sets, so you've got like a little whole party of adventurers. You can get them for roughly $30. I think, of course, they're different everywhere. I've got links in the description. So Miniature Market sent us these.
Thanks, Miniature Market.
Thank you, Miniature Market. And I think if you get them at Miniature Market, they're like $23, $24. So below MSRP. I also have Amazon affiliate link in the description if you want to support the channel that way. But Miniature Market, obviously, they don't care what we say about a product, but just for clarification, they send them over to us for free.
Yeah.
Okay, so Valor's Call. These are generally, like, these are the good people.
Okay.
And the League of Malevolence, they're the bad people. So these are kind of, I think, based on the cartoon, the old cartoon, the D&D cartoon from the 70s or 80s. Somebody in the chat will let me know how wrong I am.
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah. But these each have five minis, and they're unique. Each one is, it's not just like, here's a kobold. They're all specific characters, and they're actually in the book, in the Witchlight book, they're featured in there, and Julie's going to talk a little bit about them here.
Talk meaning read.
Yeah. Let's see. Nikki Golden. I'm playing Witchlight now and looked at those, so this really is perfect. You're not kidding. That's
Synergy.
great. Vertical integration.
Monopolies.
All right, so I don't think we have enough people here to do like a full survey, but in the chat, do we want to start with the League of Malevolence or Valor's Call? Which one do we want to start? And
Hey, Roland, glad you're here.
Roland, welcome. Happy frat faces.
I ate French fries today. They were delicious. They were kimchi French fries. It was at a Korean corn dog place, and while they were called kimchi French fries, they did not have kimchi on them. They just had a sweet and spicy like seasoning on them, totally dry, and it was delicious. But it was so spicy that for me, my nose started running, which is not very spicy at all.
So it looks like Valor's Call overwhelmingly wins.
I ate those fries, and then I had a nap, and I haven't brushed my teeth, so Eric just let me know I needed a mint. You're welcome.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't say it, but that's what it was.
All right, so we're going to start.
If Icebreakers wants to sponsor.
Oh, my window's not shut all the way. The curtain, you see this face?
It's real life here, folks. You know what I mean? Real life. That's true love. It is true love. Thank you, Jameson. We've been married 11 years this month, so.
Yeah, the 25th is our anniversary.
Yeah. I bought tickets to go to a comedy show, and Eric doesn't want to go, so I'm spending our anniversary with a gal pal.
The bottom half of the anniversary. The top half, we're going to get TSA pre-check.
What?
Woohoo!
Living that life.
Roll it. Oh, Nikki, no smell-o-vision.
You're welcome.
Roll it. I'm running Wild Beyond the Witchlight on my Crits Corner channel.
Ooh.
We've been on break, but we're finally getting back to get going. Good job. Congrats. That's the hardest part.
We only did a one-off of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, DM'd by Jameson, who's in the chat, and it was so fun. Everything that Jameson does is fun, but
we were all hair and gone.
yeah, we were. It was super cute.
I was Bunny Mac.
I don't remember my name, but I had a good time. The details are lost on me.
Okay, so let me flip the camera. Nope, wrong one. We want top. Yeah, there we go.
Hey-oh.
Look at this. All right, focus. Where are we focused? There we go. So you can see Bunny Mac was great. Thank
He
you.
was good.
You know, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I think I'm a pretty good player.
He's a very good player.
I think I come up with pretty fun characters.
He does fun characters, fun voices, and he fully commits, which I definitely appreciate. And I wouldn't just say that Eric is a fun player because you know I don't love to give him compliments needlessly.
Excuse me, could we get that one more time? Full screen. Somebody hit the clip button.
Eric is a really good player. He's fun. He commits fully to the bit. Good voices, good ideas, creative and clever.
Eric is great. Thanks. You know, I'm gonna. So I got to play in a game recently, live streamed with Chris from Treant Monk, with Colby from D4, and both of the dungeon.
Death by D4?
Nope. Different channel. It's like D&D Deep Dive.
That's
D4.
it. Got
Colby.
it. Thank you.
And both of the dungeon dudes. And I had a great time. We've got the whole game posted on my channel and all their channels too if you want to watch it. But I had a comment the other day that said, I'm paraphrasing, but it was like, honestly, you're the best role player. I was like,
He's going to print that out and put it on the wall.
Yeah.
And I support it.
I had so much fun playing with that game. That was great.
He did. And I was out of town when that happened, and I have not watched all 4 hours of it. There. True confessions.
I played Blorp, it was a level 21 shot. I played Blorp, the Banderhob Paladin, both of the Ancients, and it was a lot of fun.
Yes. I have bad breath sometimes, and I don't watch everything that Eric ever does. Now you know.
It's okay. All right. It's such a fun game. See, everybody likes it.
Yeah.
So Nikki, most of the way through the game, or through the book, and only 2 combat encounters. It's an interesting thing. Now, I wouldn't want every book to be like... Because like you can fight stuff in this, but it's designed that you can get around a lot of combat.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like combat in my game. Don't get me wrong.
I'm a big combat person.
But I like the option.
Yeah.
I like the variety.
I agree. I think that variety is fantastic. I think knowing that a campaign is set up around the ability to roleplay is really helpful, because then where I get caught up with roleplay is there a way for me to get out of this, or is there not? Like, am I going to have to fight them? Am I just slowing down the table and wasting everybody's time? Or can I talk my way out of this? On the other hand, I really enjoy combat because the numbers don't lie, right? Like, you can either kill something or not, versus, oh, did I miss that roll? And that's why now we have to combat. So I failed the role play. It's a little bit about my neuroses.
Yeah, I would say when I'm DM, I try to make it clear if, like, of course, we can always do whatever the group goes with and whatever the dice tell us, right? But I try to make it clear,
Yes.
especially for you, what if this is something that my intention is for RP or combat. And we can like I said, it can go either way, but I try to make it clear what I think would be the most fun.
That's a really good point. Eric does that very well. And our other main DM, Jameson, also does that very well. So I guess I'm just thinking back to, like, when we had a bigger group, it was tough to know. And when we were a bigger group, we had a lot of fun giving Eric a hard time or just doing things that were crazy, like putting a headband of intellect on a frog.
Oh my God. Bullfrog. Yeah. Back when we had 8 players, the regular game. Yeah, that was... I loved so much about that game, but it was also very frustrating at times.
I don't actually enjoy frustrating Eric, but this was for a frog, so you can understand. Anyway.
DB, come on, 100%.
Blorp fan club. Oh.
Roleplay was so hard when DB started, but she's broken out of her shell more and can have more fun with it.
She's awesome.
She's full butterfly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And like a really nice one, too.
Yeah.
Like nice, kind, and nice, beautiful.
Okay, let's open. We're here to open a mini. Let's open some minis. All right. So, the good people. Julie, who do we have here?
We have...
Kind of a moth IMO.
Be careful.
While you flip over to the Valor's Call,
we did it
Nikki
backward.
says, "Oh yeah, we had a talk in session 0 about combat versus non-combat for this adventure. We built our characters around."
Love a session 0.
Yeah, that would make sense. That's a great move.
We have Elkhorn, who is a medium humanoid dwarf. We have Mercion, who is a humanoid cleric in yellow.
Mm-hmm.
With the up here, that's Molliver, like Oliver, but
This
with
is
an M.
Oliver.
Oh, I saw the blue.
Nope. I mean,
Well,
it's the same pose.
No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Molliver, who is a human. Ringle Run, the wizardy-looking thing. Human wizard. And Strongheart, who I'm misidentified, who is a humanoid paladin.
So one thing that I really like about this book for this group, there's a little paragraph about each of these people. They have the alignment and the traits and ideals and bonds and flaws and everything. And then the stat block, of course. But there's also the combat notes. So here, bring that over for a second.
Okay, first of all, look at this little thing. Hi, hello. I love you.
Our exposure set for minis, not for books.
It's a boggle, and I love it so much. Just like Peggy Hill. Peggy Hill.
So, again, this isn't meant for you to read, but just to get the idea. So you've got a paragraph about it. Some, like, here's the personality of the character. The whole stat block and everything. And then, Strongheart prefers to fight with his sword and use command spell. And so you get a little bit of how do I play this that makes sense with the character's lore.
Yeah,
I think that's super cool.
I like it.
All right, so let's go ahead and open up Valor's Call.
Peggy Hill.
I really like the starter sets because their price point is relatively very, very good.
Yeah.
And you get a good variety. There have been many starter sets across different things. Like there's a Theros one. There's the original one, and then like the level 20 version of the character with fancier armor. And you get a good variety.
Yeah.
So if you're brand new to D&D, you can pick one of these up and have a couple of different...
Yeah, for $25-$30 to be able to have almost a full a full party worth of minis, so that everybody has a cool mini on the table, even if it doesn't match their exact character for a one-off, or if you're just getting started. I think this is a great way to go about it. And obviously we've got a wizard and a paladin and a fighter and a good mix of characters. So if you were just sitting down at the table, didn't know who these people were, but these were the only minis you had, you could get really far. This is great.
Our dwarf was first, right?
Yes.
Being from Texas. Nikki, where are you at in Texas? We're in Texas also.
I think we talked about it, Nikki, but we've forgotten. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Peggy Hill.
Peggy Hill. Elkhorn has been Strongheart's most stalwart companion over the years, unflinchingly loyal, tirelessly optimistic, and fiercely devoted to the destruction of evil in all its forms. He's not especially bright, so he fights with his heart rather than his wits.
That's nice.
Aw.
Yeah, I think this is a good mini. I think the pose is nice.
Yeah.
I love that he's got a backpack. I don't think we have enough minis with backpacks.
I agree. And maybe a bedroll, too.
Yeah. The paint job's not the best. It's not horrible or anything. We do have that little eyeball in there, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
ATX.
Of course. Good for you.
What's ATX? Austin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why do you say ATX? I know, like, that's a thing people say.
I think that's the airport code.
Oh, okay.
And it just sounds cool.
It does sound cool. Yeah, and then the little hand axe. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the beard on screen looks kind of a dusty blue, and in the book it looks almost more periwinkle. So, or like that purple hair color that really cool people have nowadays, maybe a little darker than that. So the beard isn't quite right with the book art, but it is meant to be kind of a bluish color, and as always, this does not look like a rainbow. Excuse me, a rainbow that threw up. So the colors are
Just
great.
like a good classic dwarf.
I agree.
I like it. I like that one a lot.
Nice job.
Who's up next?
Next, you can do Mercion. Mercion strikes the balance of a natural leader and a protective caregiver. She has a direct manner that reassures and inspires those around her. She does not worship a deity, but rather an ideal. That truth gives life to artistry and beauty. And those who embrace deceit should be censured and punished. She's light domain cleric.
Oh, and real quick, Elkhorn is actually 2 of 10. Because I guess the 2 sets combine into a 10 piece.
Got it. Hip hop lyrics. Back to the mini. I like that there's a backpack. Nice.
I need to adjust the settings on this camera. Her hair is not that red.
No, it is not. Yeah, it's more of a burnt umber than it is.
I like the shield being on the back.
Yeah.
But this cloak is flat.
Yeah, the shield is great. The cloak is bad, unfortunately.
But I love the design of this character. Like the full armor, the quarterstaff.
Yeah. It's a little crooked, but
Yeah,
nothing a heat gun can't fix.
You nailed it.
Come on down.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's good. And like you could easily use this as a cleric. You could use this as a paladin. You could call this a halberd and have you've got a lot of flexibility.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the cape is so disappointing because the rest of the mini is excellent. The texture on the skirt, the shield, the markings on their chest look really great. So,
And next
we have Molliver.
what's up, Josh?
Hey, Josh.
Brian Daly.
Hey, Brian.
Julie could not be more pleased to come in to hear you have joined Team Heat Gun.
I did that for you, Brian. I'm so glad that the timing just mashed up perfectly.
Molliver is 4 of 10.
Molliver is a thief who gives most of what they steal to the destitute, keeping a few choice items for their own use. They're always ready to put themselves in harm's way and see justice triumph over tyranny and inequality. And they do have they/them pronouns in the book, which is awesome.
So I think this mini is, we've got a little banana sword situation over here. But again, easy fix.
Yeah.
Man, I am focused so high on this. I think the armor the detail's excellent.
Yeah.
We managed to get that face in there. We've got some, this is sword hand kind of. Mm-hmm. One thing to keep in mind is, there are minis that have the premium paint jobs that are individually kind of packaged. Mm-hmm. And then you have a pack of 5 for $25.
That's a good point.
So this is not going to be your top quality paint job.
But even this, I think, looks fantastic, especially with some of the unboxings that we've done. I feel like we've seen a lot of minis. I don't know if you can tell, but we've seen a lot of minis. And at a glance, I don't have a complaint with this one. It looks really good.
Hey, Kelly, welcome.
Hey, Kelly.
No, I think this is really good. Good pose. Obviously, of course, your first thought here is rogue. But if you had a dex fighter, easily you could do that in here.
Yeah.
A ranger could be easy. You could even use this for a bard and not have a problem with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Really good mini.
Great mini.
All right.
Next up is Ringle Run, which is a hilarious name for anybody and especially a wizard.
This
Ringle Run became an adventurer to better satisfy his craving for arcane knowledge. One of his adventures took him into an underwater tomb where he tricked a Merid into surrendering a staff of power. The staff has greatly increased Ringle Run's capabilities and made him the envy of many rival spellcasters. You want me to hold it and you adjust it?
No, it's going to take too much. So this dude is a pale-skinned person with an enormous white beard wearing a white robe. So the mini's good, though. I think the paint job's nice. I know, obviously, on camera, it looks just totally white, but I think we've got good white.
There's good dimension IRL here.
Yeah.
20, 30 minis. I think that's a good estimate, Jameson. We'll have to count after the stream, but I think he may have tipped 32 at this point.
with
It's an
box.
exciting time.
And Ringle Run is 3 of 10. Yeah, but this is like as wizardy as you can get.
Yeah.
Like, iconically. Although this hand.
Oh, something bad happened. Oh,
Kelly, you have this set.
Oh, good.
All right, Ringle Run's good.
All right, and then last is Strongheart. Strongheart is a fearless seeker of justice, risking his life to ensure that good triumphs over evil. He is thoughtful, kind, and seldom rash, yet never hesitant to punish those who spit in the face of law and order.
Classic paladin.
Yeah.
And, like, most of the set is like classic archetypes.
It feels that way, yeah.
Little banana situation, no big deal. A lot of times you'll see this with like the inside of a helmet where the skin paint gets on there. That's okay. But this pose is very heroic.
Yeah.
Like, come on, foul beast.
You know,
and this cape is good.
Cape is very good. This set, you're right. You've got kind of the archetypes here, but it doesn't feel, to me, it doesn't feel cliche. I think it's got a good mix of characters in it. The only mini that I'm not excited about is the wizard because, yeah, it's just a big kind of wall of white old dude with a beard wizard. There's nothing, that one's not very exciting. But the rest, I think, are really fantastic. I think it gives you, especially for new players, would be a good feel for what your character is supposed to be based on that class.
Yeah, and I think that's a particularly good point since when you have new players, a lot of them will know the archetypes. They'll know the old wizard.
Yeah.
They'll know the heroic paladin kind guy. They'll know the grumpy dwarf.
Yeah.
The like dexterous rogue and and the cleric. So I think like you can put these I think in front of most anybody who's even like remotely familiar with fantasy tropes and they'll be right on point. I think it's great. I really like it.
I completely agree, and again, I say all of that and I'm not disappointed in it.
Yeah.
I think it's good. And, you know, I started playing D&D in high school. I didn't know what any of those archetypes were.
Before me.
I didn't know what a rogue was that I was playing, and I didn't quite play it right. But that's all part of the game, right? That's what makes it so fun. But seeing these at the table, I would still feel welcome there. This kind of core set of minis that falls into narrow categories, I'd say, but I still feel very welcome at the table.
Yeah. And a lot of these, like, these are all unique figures, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes, like, if you have, you know, you're a classic, you're fighting a pack of goblins, and if you're going to throw down 15 different goblin goblin minis that are the same, like, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know. But if you have 15 unique goblins, even better.
Yeah.
And you can say, okay, I'm going to attack the goblin with the axe. I'm going to attack the goblin with the shield, whatever. Yeah. And this way, like, you could, okay, I guess the bandits are attacking you. Okay, I'm going to attack the one with spinning the sword or the dagger on her finger.
For sure.
Or their finger. And you have got all that flexibility to reuse these across the board. I think it's great.
I agree.
Let's get caught up. Kelly, I have this set. My brother had those figures back in the day. Because these are, these are not... Are all of the characters reused? Like, are all 5 of these original? Like from the before times? Wizard, great set for beginners. Strongheart had a hammer in the cartoon.
Ooh.
So I do know, and I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but Strongheart's sword, Steel, is in the book. And it's an item you can get. And it can cast Revivify.
Ooh. That's important in my parties.
Jerry, I had a Strongheart as an action figure back in the day.
Sorry, I just read DB's comment.
Okay. Roland, we need more streams with both. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Timing between us is never fun. But we make it. Sometimes. Helping hand. Since the other members of the group don't appear in Wild Beyond the Witchlight, I like putting them in other adventures. Exactly. Yep. Okay. And DB, I'm going to attack the goblin with the kind eyes. That is nice. Well, is it though?
But It makes me feel things.
Oh, okay.
That was my response.
I gotcha. Here. Put these over.
You want to swap these?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you meant seats.
Oh, no.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to unbox the baddies.
The League of Malevolence. It's malevolent.
Indeed it is.
Need
Cool.
to have diamonds, though. For real.
Oh, all
Host
right.
Horror and Zarek. All right, so while you open that up, the League of Malevolence is an odious assemblage of villains united in one purpose: the accumulation of power. Its founding member, the sorcerer Kellic, expects his confederates to work together for their mutual benefit, but he also encourages them to pursue their own evil schemes. 5 members of the League, including Kellic, are described here, although one member, Skyla, has recently parted ways with the others.
Ooh.
She says, get out of here. Ready?
Ready. All right. You know how I am holding things in focus, so I'm going to do my best here. All right. So this is Kellic, 6 of 10.
A little bendy, easy fix again.
Yeah.
I don't think this is spoilers.
Well, sorry if we spoiled something.
I don't think we did.
Okay.
I love how like flowy the cape.
Yeah, very dynamic cape. You know how we love those. The mini isn't quite as glossy as it looks on camera, but it is very shiny compared to the others. It's not like a high gloss finish, but maybe somewhere around a semi-gloss.
This paint job's a little rough.
Yeah. So that this person is very shiny is odd to me. We've got some red that should have been detail on the cape, but it's all blotchy over here that I don't think is meant to be there. I do think their staff is supposed to be pretty bent. Oh, you were saying the dragon is like falling over.
Yeah.
That's what's bendy about it. Got it. This
Yeah.
kind of detail I think is supposed to be there.
Well, hold it. Hold it how you had it.
What?
Just keep holding the mini. Like that.
Oh, sure.
Kellic is a greedy, narcissistic sociopath who revels in chaos but is a coward at heart. The fact that he's highly intelligent makes him even more dangerous, and more than anything, he wants the staff of power in the possession of his most hated foe, Ringelrun.
Real.
So this is a staff of striking. Zarek was the first character I played when I started playing D&D back in the day. Wow. Pleather cape.
Oh my gosh, it is the pleather cape. And it's got cool kind of ziggy-zaggy details around the head.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of the collar, the way that it stands up. Yeah.
Here, one sec.
Yeah.
Like that.
The artwork in this book is absolutely amazing, and I think they did as good of a job as they could making the minis look the way that the artwork in the book does. But as always, the art in the book is always going to be better. Yeah, this is fine. You know, I guess if I sat down at a table and there were 2 old white dudes who were rivals with long white beards, I'd be kind of meh. I get that that's part of the story. I understand. I'm not asking you to change it, but I'm not excited about this mini, I'll say.
It is pleather. Nikki confirms.
Oh my gosh. It's you can call it pleather or smartly vegan leather, which is what I really love to hear. Okay. Who's next?
Up next, we have Skyla. Skyla, who sometimes goes by... Well, I don't think this is spoilers. I don't spoil... Skyla, who sometimes goes by the alias Charme, forged a warlock's pact with Baba Yaga. Shout out to DB for winning the Faye May Spud Club painting challenge with a Baba Yaga hut. Check it out at FryMinis.com.
It's incredible, and you should squeal and cry the way that I did when I saw it. And if you don't, try again.
Baba Yaga!
Yeah.
Skyla is spiteful and treacherous, as likely to betray her allies as to help them. She talked... Well, okay, I'll skip this kind of stuff. Skyla, bad news, chaotic evil.
Yeah, so... Skyla's little skull horns are supposed to swoop up, so that you can still see her face, but these, they got a little bit droopy, so I don't know how fixable that is, even with a heat gun, but they're totally blocking her eyes, unfortunately. I know it's hard to see, but you can, that's maybe the best angle. So it's hard to get a straight ahead look at her because the spark from her staff and then her horns are in her eyes, and it's kind of like, you know how sometimes animal rescue places find like a sheep that hasn't had their... Well, that's what it feels like. I won't finish it. But she's 7 out of 10, by the way. The paint job on this is pretty sloppy, unfortunately. She's got a belt full of bags. They're all the same brown, and it looks almost like I painted it. It's just kind of a schmear. And then layers of black. There's kind of a white stripe back in there that I guess is supposed to be her skin.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know, dog. But it doesn't look great. Does she have like... Remember when Christina Aguilera and other pop stars had blonde hair, but they had like red and black kind of only on the bottom layer of their hair? I think she did that with white, but it's not very successful, or it's just a bad paint job.
Yeah, I'm not sure. 'Cause so far, we're like middle of the road on this set.
Yeah. It's disappointing, but I will say the collar around her neck with the gold detail looks very good.
And I don't have a problem with this mini as like a sexy lady kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it's fine. That leg is... I don't have a problem with showing leg. I have a problem with the fact that paint job is allegedly a leg.
It's like white out. Somebody squirted some white out.
It's not successful. And the horns over her face are really... That's a deal breaker for me. I mean, that's just bad.
Up next, we have the most famous one, I think. War Duke. Here's bum, bum, bum.
Look at that bat helmet.
War Duke's services as a remorseless killer for hire can easily be bought. The evil swordsman serves Kellic as a cohort and adventuring companion from time to time. He isn't terribly bright, which is why he leaves the plotting and scheming to others. What does War Duke look like under his dread helm? A minor or a common magic item?
Oh.
No one knows. He never removes his helmet to reveal his face to others. Mandalorian. But the visage beneath it is that of a grim, hideously scarred gladiator.
So, once again, not a great paint job. Some outstanding things and some not good.
I think the sculpt of this one's great.
I agree. The sculpt is fantastic. The helmet is perfectly done. No notes from me. It looks fantastic. But we get to the back, his kind of sash situation isn't good. It bled everywhere. It's the same brown as his pelt kilt that doesn't have any detail to it, like no dry brushing, no shading, nothing, which is the same brown as his one boot. So that's disappointing. They went through so much effort to get such beautiful sculpt, and to have such kind of bummer painting is unfortunate. It's just sloppy.
My younger brother played him, says Kelly.
Someone asked, Nikki wanted to know, is chaotic evil worse than lawful evil?
I think so, because chaotic evil is like the Joker kind of evil. Like Carnage, who's just out for craziness, right? Whereas lawful evil would be, I would say he changed over his career, but like Venom. Like he's got his principle, but he's still out for himself. He's got a code. Vandal Savage. Yes. Quick note on the combat notes for War Duke. So usually they have like pretty elaborate things, like talking about what spells they like to use, how they like to position themselves in combat. War Duke's combat notes it's one sentence. War Duke likes to hit things with his sword. It's as simple as that.
Same Z's.
I mean, when you're a fighter with a flame tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Rinse and repeat. Every turn, you don't have to get creative, and there's something really nice to be said about that.
Although this dude is wearing half plate, so his dexterity modifier is important, but he has 11 dex. So even with a shield, he's only got 17 AC.
Well, he's shirtless, so he's not trying that hard to protect himself.
If he just throws on a chainmail, he'll be better.
Yeah, so I guess he's not technically shirtless. I think he's kind of wearing like a Conan the Barbarian kind of deep V cross vest thing going on there. Or I'm sorry, who's that guy from the Star Trek movie with the bad mullet? The old one.
Khan?
Khan. Like a Khan vest might be kind of what he's supposed to, like a faux wrap. Look at that. I've hurt Eric deeply just now. Well, anyway, I can't tell quite what's going on with his chest, but earlier today I was talking about how The Rock eats 5,000 calories a day, and he eats that over 7 meals, including for second dinner a 10 egg white omelet. Isn't that wild?
Up next, we have Zarek. Zarek is an assassin without honor or conscience, unusually short of stature for someone of orcish heritage. So this is an orc. He might pass for an ugly, beardless dwarf were it not for his rotting tusks and grayish pallor.
Rotting tusks?
Yeah.
He needs to see a dentist.
Yeah. Flaw. A friend is just an enemy I haven't made yet. All right. Show us Zarek, please.
I was using that time to get a real close-up view. Unfortunately, not great. In the book, the art shows a little bit more definition in his face. And yeah, he's got a cowl going on, but you can see more jaw, and I think that adds some distinct feature, whereas this, between the paint job and the way that the cowl is all up in his face, just makes him look a little bit more like an abomination than a humanoid. They did a really fun job, this dimension on the healing potion, I assume. It's actually there.
Potion of invisibility.
I
didn't want to give away the spoilers.
Well, okay, sorry. This potion of we don't know what is very cool. It's actually got some gradient to it. They applied more than one color, which is more than I can say for the rest of this. At least it's not intentional.
Yeah. Again, though, I think the sculpt is really good.
Yeah.
I think the sculpts are great for all of these.
I think the sculpt is good. The face could be sculpt, could be paint, TBD. So yeah, it's disappointing because these could be really cool, and the paint job really ruins it. Really flat outfit colors, kind of a mangled looking shoulder pad here. I don't know. Again, the colors aren't quite as circusy as they are on the screen here. This is a more muted teal color, but it's got paint globs on it from other areas. It's disappointing.
Yeah.
But cool concept. Half dwarf orc.
A dwark.
Dwark.
And finally, Zargash. Zargash worships Orcus.
Oh!
You've killed Orcus.
Yeah, I have.
The demon prince of undeath, who has promised to transform Zargash into a vampire after a lifetime of faithful service. Blah, 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 blah.
So...
Sorry. Zargash.
This one is a bit redeeming. It's got more opportunities for detail between the...
He's actually a cleric.
Oh. Well, yeah. More ornate clothes and... Whoop. More ornate clothes, lots of little trinkets that are painted pretty okay.
This one's definitely better than some of the other ones in this box.
Yes.
I think this might be the best paint-wise in this box.
Yeah, I'd say this or the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Both had pretty good paint jobs. We just had some rough spots in the middle. It's fine.
I really like the style. Like the fur.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a desert almost, but then we have the fur.
Yeah,
and
for the cold desert nights.
It definitely feels like not a typical
kind
of like culture.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Who's Telia?
This looks like...
Jafar.
Yes, thank you.
Prince Ali, yes it is he. Ali Ababa.
I know. Arabian Nights. Yeah, it's fine. The color scheme doesn't super appeal to me. It isn't, again, as neon here as
More
is on the
colorful
screen.
than I would expect for an Orcus worshiper.
Okay, agree. It's like a sad little orange and it kind of a dark purple. So I don't know. If you put a 10% black over your screen, that's about the approximate color it actually is. But the color scheme feels dated to me. That kind of purple and orange feels very late 80s, early 90s.
I don't know anything about He-Man.
Yeah, me neither.
Kelly, I'm sorry.
But I love that Jameson is just gone. Thank you so much for that. That delighted me. Anyway, it's Witchlit. Oh,
What?
I thought it was like the color scheme is wild because it's been lit by witches. It's Witchlit.
Oh
So
my God.
everything looks a little flickery and bizarre.
All right. So, which...
Like,
I think the answer's clear, but which box do you prefer?
oh, absolutely the first one. The goodies.
Valor's Call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think remembering that all minis are never minis are never going to be cheap, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But in relativity, I think 5 minis for $25-ish.
Yeah.
You get a great variety, a good spread of character archetype options with good paint jobs,
Yeah.
good sculpts.
Yeah.
Valor's Call, to me, relatively no-brainer.
I agree.
I think League of Malevolence is still a good value because you're still getting that for the 5 minis for the $25.
That's true. And they're each a different kind of baddie.
Yeah, so you do get some variety there. But I would not call it a no-brainer because those paint jobs are not good, I think.
Yeah.
Jerry Murphy, thank you.
Thanks, Jerry.
$5 from Jerry Murphy.
Thank you.
Just cause. Thank you. I don't know what's going on with the fonts, everybody. Our stream elements overlays is messed up. Sorry.
I like what you're saying about it's carnival themed, so it should be kind of wild.
Yeah.
I like that, but then
These-
why are so many of them black and white? And then just this guy's in wild colors.
Yeah.
You
and
know?
we did do an unboxing of the whole set of the Witchlight Minis. It's in, click on the other videos or whatever in the playlist. And it's there if you want to see all those. And those, I think a lot of those we really liked.
Yeah.
Lots of frog people and fun kind of cutesy, whimsy stuff.
Yeah.
It was a good set.
Yeah, really good set. So especially, that's a good point because in the larger context, I think the Valor Party
Yeah.
is more along those lines, and you feel good having those on the table. These, I mean, their name is Malevolence, so you're not going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but they're also kind of
But-
boring.
Yeah, but if you need bad guys for your game,
Yeah,
you know.
it's not a bad purchase. I would
Yeah.
just say the goodies feel more in line with that set than the baddies do.
Yeah. Yeah. Valor's Call, great. League of Malevolence, fine. So now we need to do a set for the kids. Stay tuned. So there's a new, there's what was it called? The starter set and then the essential set, those boxed sets. The starter set, by the way, that's actually, we bought that at Target. That was our first D&D 5e thing. We bought that and then we sat on it for like 6 months before we even opened it.
It's hard to play D&D with 2 people.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
Yeah.
But
But there's a new one coming out, and it's I forget the exact name, but it's like Stormwreck Isle or something.
cool.
And I mean, I don't think it's like a spoiler, although it's like looking at screenshots of the preview pictures and stuff. It features the kids
Oh,
from the cartoon. Like the characters are there, so I am absolutely certain that there will be starter sets for those characters.
that's cool.
Yeah, I think I wonder if they'll have that little unicorn. I think what's the unicorn's name? Is it Uni? I think it's Uni.
How many legs did it have?
100 Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. Thanks, Fred.
Thanks, Fred.
It is Uni, Kelly. I'm getting that. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll get it too. I bought the essentials kit. I think the boxed kickoff sets like that are so good
I agree.
because they're like $20-$30. You get some dice. You get some pre-made character sheets. I think you still get some blank ones.
Mm-hmm.
You get a a version of the basic rules. You get a whole little adventure. I mean, it helped us learn how to play it.
It absolutely did. And it took a lot of the fear out of being a DM because it just had everything you needed right there. So, we homebrew a lot. And so the idea of sitting down and putting together a homebrew game when I'm not familiar with the rules is very terrifying to me. I know the rules at this point, but even as a DM of that campaign for a group of our friends, and I had almost no idea what I was doing, but all I needed to do was read. It just made it so clear and so simple, and it wasn't a whole book that I felt like I needed to flip through. It was very easily done. It was great.
And the Essentials kit, that has like a whole, it has like these cards, so you can, like a health potion.
Yeah.
And the magic item, and they're all printed out, so you can hand it to the player. And I think that's a really cool innovation.
Absolutely. That's a great way to do things for new players.
Yeah. Starter sets are much better than most of the campaign. Yeah. A little tough, but there. Brian, the Stormwreck Isle already has some minis. There are. If you go to minisgallery.com, there's a community over there. There's some forums, and Terry, the guy who runs it, they do a great job over there of having all the latest mini stuff. Oh, and you can find them on Miniature Market. Well, there you go.
There it is.
They're great kits. I play a lot, but when I start a game with new players, the kits are great. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're on sale all the time. So you can literally $10 for the starter set. It gets.
And with your Target Red card, you get a 5% savings every day.
Yeah.
So it's like everything I buy at Target is on sale. It doesn't even cover sales tax. You know what I mean? It doesn't totally knock out the sales tax, but everything's on sale at Target when you use your Red card.
Okay, I think we need to do a little PDF giveaway. How about that?
I'd be happy to do a PDF giveaway. We're talking about kids playing this game and starter sets, and we haven't talked about the fact that we got to play with our nephews, and it was really exciting. We got to play D&D with our nephews. Eric did a very small...
yeah, it was so streamlined, I didn't even remember it.
I noticed. But it was a highlight of my life because our nephews like playing Minecraft Dungeons, which has a similar kind of structure to it. And the oldest nephew is particularly encyclopedic in his knowledge. He always wants to know, what are the stats for this and what are the stats for this? And he reminds me of someone I didn't know when he was young, but who still knows all the stats to all the Baldur's Gate stuff. So anyway, it was a lot of fun to just have kids at the table, and Eric makes a very easy, understandable, digestible. My sister even played with us, which was incredible. What a feat.
Yeah.
So a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, me and my sister playing D&D with Eric DMing, and we just rolled a D20 to kind of see what would happen. We had armor classes and very simplified characters that he'd put together for us, and it was really, really nice to play with little kiddos.
Yeah. It was roll a D20. That was all of it.
Yeah.
And everything just did 1 point of damage, and you had 6 hit points, and
yeah.
It was just... It was to get them in the spirit of playing a character.
Yeah.
They had some challenges with the voices, but then they gave it a shot.
They did.
I was really happy with that.
Completely agree. And they were so excited. So they visited. They haven't been in our home since Eric started his mini collection like this. And so it was really exciting to see them come in because they've, of course, seen him via FaceTime, but between COVID and travel, and they live across the country and all that kind of stuff. So that they visited, and we're just so excited to touch up on everything that he had. And when I was talking to them, and they're my blood, so I did art with them every Friday during the pandemic, and they're my boys, you know what I mean? And so when I was like, oh, what are you excited to do when you come visit me? They said, see Uncle Eric's dragons and stuff. And I was like, great, I love you too. But they were so excited to be here, and the oldest was so thrilled to do some D&D. And if you have kids or if you've ever tried to talk to a child, it's tough. And so to explain how a game works in your mind is complicated because all they have is a Nintendo Switch. But it was...
Yeah, and
great.
We even gave them some minis to
Exactly.
take.
They got to shop Eric's collection.
Yeah, most of them were ones I've got 3 or 4 of already, so it's no big deal.
Which is a whole other thing because Eric knows how to say no to the nephews. I don't, because why would I ever? So anything they wanted, I would just say, yes, go ahead. But Eric did a very good job at saying, no, you can't have that one. No, you can't have...
Tiamat,
Queen of Dragons, Archaeopteryx.
I did not give away the poop dragon because I only have 1 poop dragon.
I wasn't going to let him send that with my sister's children. I wouldn't do that.
The the fanciest one I let them take was the a Warforged Titan or whatever. It's a huge one. I only have 2 of those, and so I only have 1. But he loved it. He was so happy about it, so
Yeah.
it was worth it.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay. Let's how many PDFs should we give away?
3.
3? No one deserves the poop dragon.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And like,
It's just so big. Like, it's a large, mechanically large creature, but it's bigger than so many huges. It's
he's looking at it over there.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
watching us.
Oh, Brian, dude, they loved the zombie clot.
Oh, why?
Oh
Why?
my god. I only have 2, so I said no, and because it's like weird, so. But they were bananas for the zombie clot. Absolutely bananas over this thing.
I hate it. I hate it. It's gory. It's gross. The oldest one is 10, right? And the youngest nephew is 5. And so it's okay to have fun. And, you know, they play video games and death is inevitable and all that kind of stuff. And they watch nature documentaries for fun.
This is supposed to be a third bigger than this.
Bum, bum, bum.
Go ahead.
But gore and gross stuff, I don't like to play into with them. So that, like, honestly, I might have even hidden this before they came over. And that they latched onto it and thought it was so cool. And, you know, if the oldest one likes it, then the other 2 are going to be like, oh, that's so cool. Well, you're wrong. You're all wrong. This is gross. But yeah, I would never send this with my sister.
Oh.
I wouldn't wish this on anybody.
It's just, it's bad in all capacities. Like, it's not, I think they did a good job, WizKids did a good job applying the paint, but it was designed to look like this. It's so goofy. Like, it looks like a cartoon kind of thing, not like a real
the horns
dragon
are
thing.
particularly ridiculous. Yeah.
That they're purple out of nowhere. And it's just so much bigger than it should be. It's just, I don't.
Look at that perfectly applied eyeball, though. Isn't that great?
That's great. All right.
Thanks for letting me talk about my nephews. I love frogs, spaghetti, and my nephews. And Eric.
Ah,
I didn't mean to do it in that order. I just meant if I'm going to get to talk, it's going to be about frogs, spaghetti, my nephews.
all right. So we're going to do 3 PDFs. And you'll be able to tell me which PDF you want, and I'll send it over to you. This month, the members of the Spud Club, so the patreon.com/FryMinis, get the painted blade.
Ooh, I love that one.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fun. It's a charismatic, artistic fighter subclass.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We were talking about role play earlier.
Yeah, so that's the latest PDF. Normally, you can go and you can buy it at FryMinis.com. It's $1.99. Patrons get it for free during June. Okay, so the code that you need to type, the keyword that you need to type in the chat, Eric comes last both times.
Well, you know, I don't need to talk about Eric when we're here.
Yeah.
And I said they weren't in order.
Okay, so PDF. So you'll get to we're gonna do 3 name drawings after you type in a keyword, which I'll tell you in a second, and then you'll go over to FryMinis.com and pick out a PDF that you want and email me or hit me on Discord, FryMinis@gmail, or ping me on Discord, and then I'll just send you over the PDF.
I'm going to get caught up on chats here. No one deserves the poop dragon. Yes.
Well, hold on.
Oh.
While you're doing that. Okay, the keyword to type in is clot, as in zombie clot. Type clot into chat.
Should have set them on the right path and sent home a zombie. Okay, now I understand. Love the poop dragon. Nikki, I think you're a brave person for loving the poop dragon.
Oh, don't hit Eric on. I got you.
Kids with great taste, amazing.
Hey, Richard.
I guess. I mean, they're smart and I love them, but Ranked 4th. Yeah. Sorry. I just said that in a different anyway. And yet I want to use poop as a monster just for comedic sake. I love that, Nikki. I think that's funny. And when that stuff comes up in the game that we play as adults, A-okay. But at this point, we're trying to get the nephews to not hold each other down and fart on each other. That's gross. You know, like farts are hilarious, but don't fart on somebody. That's gross. So once they're older and more mature and can handle that kind of stuff, absolutely. I think they pee their pants laughing about having to fight a poop. I probably would, quite honestly. I'm blushing just thinking about it. That's funny.
I just watched the Boys, the animated thing, and there's a Diablo or something, diabolical, and there are a bunch of like one-off little episodes. And Aquafina did one where she gets superpowers, and it's to control poops. All right, looks like, I see 3 names in here. Anybody else going to enter this? Because otherwise, we'll just each one of you get one.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think? If we do that, then somebody couldn't get double.
That's all right.
All right.
Done.
We'll call it. Okay. So Richard, Nikki, and Helping Hand. Each of you go to FryMinis.com/shop or just FryMinis.com and click on shop. And then pick out a PDF you want and send me an email at FryMinis@gmail.com or send me a message on Discord, and I'll get the PDF sent over to you.
The Blind Builder Grand Minutia.
Ooh, the Blind Builder Grand Minutia. What's going on? We just did a little giveaway. We just opened up a whole bunch of minis, the League of Malevolence, Valor's Call, and we were talking about the Poop Dragon and the Zombie Clot. That's what we've been up to. It's been great.
Yeah.
Okay, so Richard, Nikki, and Helping Hand, shoot me a message, shoot me an email, and we'll get those sent over to you.
Congrats. A lot of good choices on those PDFs.
Yeah. And just as a little side note, everybody, work has been bonkers these last couple months, but I think we're over the hump. So expect to get back to a more regular cadence here soon. I'm excited to dive back in.
My work and travel schedule has also been chaotic, neutral, and I'm home for a while too.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Heroes look great. Need a better paint job on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know what the pixie clot is.
Instead of a zombie clot?
Oh, like if it were just cuter things all melded together?
Yeah, but then that sounds even more horrifying. Help me! It makes me think of something that would be in Disenchantment.
Yeah. I don't prefer that, and I'll tell you why. The word clot is used multiple times a month for me, so anything described as a clot, I don't know. It's not quite the same as a poop monster,
Welcome
but
to FryMinis, everybody. We're menstrual.
some of us menstruate.
It's true. Well, everybody, thank you for watching and hanging out. I think that's going to wrap us up for today.
If you want to talk about clots, frogs, my nephews, noodles, or Eric, join us on Discord. Discord.gg/FryMinis.
2 quick things, if you can, if you're not already subscribed, please, of course, do.
Please.
And hit the like. We're at 12 likes. If we can get to 15, that'd be awesome.
Would love it.
And what was I even? Oh, when we end the stream, if you can, go in and leave a comment so the algorithm's like, oh, this is cool. Just write clot in the comments.
Or your favorite kind of noodle. Favorite noodle dish? Ramen, lemon spaghetti, Alfredo.
I'm always gonna be good with Alfredo. All right, everybody. On the other Witchlight, there were fairies. Yeah.
Yes, there were.
Oh, thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, everybody. We'll see you later.
Can't wait.
Thanks. Bye.